All right, hello and welcome everyone to Monday Rookie League here with Trackalicious. Hope everyone's excited here to watch some new guys going at it at Brands Hatch here. It's going to be two 20-minute races and a 12-minute qualifying for each of them. Conditions not looking too great, but I am definitely not a weatherman. This has been proven in the past. So my weather prediction definitely is more or less irrelevant. But hope everyone's doing a great day. Mr. Broadcast, that's right. I should introduce myself. I'm Mike Nause. I said to myself I was going to do that. Yeah, I'm Mike Nause. Hope everyone's having a great day. Currently, we're just riding along with Marcelo March and the Aston Martin here. The GT4 League for these rookies, which honestly, this has been some of the best racing I think I've seen, well, overall, like, ever, really. This racing has been great. For the caliber of racing that we theoretically should have had and the caliber of racing that we do is very impressive. Currently, with 26 drivers on the grid, this looks like this league is getting more popular as time goes on. Feel free. You thought my name was Trackalicious. That's fair. No, that's Eric's name. Eric's name is Trackalicious. We're coming to an end here in free practice. I should probably get the game audio going. I know that I always forget to do that. There we go. Now you guys can hear the sound of this McLaren 650 rolling around the track. Number 59 of John Hawley. Fastest lap currently sitting at a 1:33.1. So I'm sure we'll see some improved times. Yeah, Orange, absolutely. Feel free, if you want to type exclamation Discord if you're interested. I can go ahead and do that real quick for you. Feel free to take a look. The Rookie League is extremely fun and has, like I say, only been getting more popular and sets up for some really, really good racing. So if you're not too confident in getting into league racing and interested in trying just to dip your toes in the water, this is absolutely the place to start out. It's a very low stress league where basically everyone's just trying to have a little bit of fun. We're just here to drive some laps, race with each other, and help each other out. How's it going, Vulcan? Glad to see you here tonight. Hope everyone's ready for some rookie racing here as we're underway in qualifying. Drivers going around the track for the first time. We see here Bob Robson in the McLaren, 37 McLaren there. Very bright and blue. I think I very unprofessionally forgot to download the liveries from this week, so any updates I don't think we're going to see. Hopefully there weren't too many. That's unfortunate. That's bad on my part. But it looks like I have most of the liveries. Jay Guzman, the absolute legend in chat. How's it going? And I guess another note in chat for anyone who is interested, speaking Jay Guzman, he is going to be giving out 2 coaching sessions for the people. Well, I guess so, 1 coaching session each for the top 2 finishers of the Rookie League. Which is really awesome. So if you guys are interested in getting some coaching, the earlier you get in this league, the earlier you have to show off your performance and score some points. A lot of these drivers here bunched up right now. I want to hop on with the 37 car of Bob Robson here. Bob Robson currently going to be rounding. I don't remember that corner name. I need to get those up. I should know them. I used to know my Brands Hatch. Brands Hatch, one of my favorite tracks. I know every single track seems like it's one of my favorite tracks. I do just really enjoy racing, though. But Brands Hatch, one of my favorite tracks to drive. Yeah, the community for Trackalicious is awesome. Absolutely. Along with the community of Box 3949, everyone involved in that has just been, I mean, these communities coming together has been just an absolutely amazing experience. Seeing everyone, I mean, working so well together, driving so well together, and then also just, I mean, I guess working well together. I don't know. I don't really have any other way of putting it. It's really cool to see. And speaking of things that we're seeing right now, we're going to see Bob Robson coming across the line, or we already did here, for a 133.5. See if anyone can beat those times. Not the worst time here at Brands Hatch. Definitely think there's a little bit of room for improvement. Track conditions are fast, though, so not looking optimal. Looking like it's going to be a 25-degree track temp. A little chilly out there today. So hope everyone has brought their coats. In the crowd, I saw a lot of people in short sleeves and button-ups. Definitely not the weather for this British race today. Coming through Hawthorne Bend right now, we see Bob Robson. Now I've only followed with Bob Robson. We should probably jump back here with a Schraff driver who currently about 4.5 seconds off the pace, improving quite a bit though. About a second up on their lap already. Going to be rounding Hawthorne Bend here as well. Going on to Portobello Straight. And the camera showing basically nothing. Coming through Westfield Bend. And then the I don't, okay, well, he abandoned. Must have invalidated. That's unfortunate. The Schraff are just getting out of the way for other drivers. Didn't have to do that. But nonetheless, that was a good lap from a Schraff. Thought he would have kept that one. Tomzik down here in P6 in that Aston Martin. Dropping down to P7 now as I think Lottis taking P2. Bob Robson improving his time with a 133.1. Lottis 0.5 off that pace. Shooty is going to be not too far off of that as well. Top of the field, spread out a bit. We see a big error there from Tomzik. He was on a flying lap. Looks like he got pressured by one of the faster drivers behind as well, which that is one thing difficult with these rookies. It is intimidating to have a driver behind you, but if you're on a flying lap, you are entitled to, well, your lap. Everything that you do is valid. It's responsibility of the faster car to overtake. Unless you invalidate, then you should get out of the way. Kind of just rude for faster cars to push other people out of the way in qualifying. Be respectful to your fellow drivers. Ooh, wow, big moment there for Gibber. Still pushing along. He's about 4 seconds off the pace right now, 2 seconds up on his current Delta. Going to be rounding the final corner. Going to improve by about 2.5 seconds. This should shoot him up the leaderboard quite a bit. He does up to P5. Nice lap there from Gibber. Country Club Racing, Porsche. We have Bulgarin. Alejandro down here in the 44 Mercedes. About halfway through the lap. 0.7 up. Guzman very slow. I doubt that at Brands Hatch. I definitely doubt that. I just casually put in 30s, you know. So I'm pretty slow. Bulgarin going to be coming across the line here, improving by about 0.6. This should put him up the leaderboard quite a bit. It puts him up to P12. Nice lap indeed from Bulgarin. Looks like he's going to continue on here. Keep pushing. Jumping back here with Brandon Mansell. Let's go on board with him. So we see him plowing down the back straight here. Into Pilgrim's Drop. Getting ready to come into Hawthorne Bend. Just a single downshift. Oh, two downshifts. Not the tidiest into Hawthorne. GT4 struggling. Looks like they're for grip. Rear end very unstable. Sliding there through. I don't know what that corner is called. I mean, I see what the corner is called. I just don't believe it. It's not Dingle Dell, is it? That's not a good name for a corner. Dingle Dell. Brandon Mansell, though, coming across the line. Where will this put him? Puts him up 2 positions to P14. Yeah, it is definitely a corner name. There is no denying that. Yeah, Dingledale. My boy Blue here as well. That's, I don't know who was responsible for naming that corner, but they were laughing the entire time, I think. Versosa here, down in P13. Yeah, definitely. Versosa going up to P9 there. Nice lap from him. You see car off the track. Looks like they're fairly safe off there, though. Jumping on board with Mind here, who was about 2/10 up on their lap. About to go through Dingledell here. I don't like it. Yeah, then Sterling's going through the clearway. Oh man, that's for sure, Jess. There's no doubt. Yeah, your drawers are gonna be dingled as well, but that's gonna be like I said, I don't know who named that corner. That pretty good though. The Druids here, a very sane corner name. Okay, Gibber not quite sure what's going on there in the pits, but 32 seconds down on his time currently. I'm not sure how that's even possible. I think that is just ACC being ACC. So Sapien here. We see car off the track again. Dingledell getting the best of these drivers here, and actually I think that is Dingledell corner as well. So is that Succombe? Is that how you pronounce that? I'm apologize. I don't know how that one. I've always I think I've always haven't had a definitive pronunciation on that one yet, but if you could. Beckham with an S. Huh? Okay. Okay, I see. Second. Okay. Got it. Here we see Second gonna be going through Hawthorne Bend here down the drop. Getting ready. Come again into Westfield Bend. And will he set up for Dingledell? Well here. Gets on the throttle nice and early. Down Dingle-Dell he goes. Car rotating through Dingle-Dell corner here. Gets the car slowed down. We see a car going off the track into the barrier. Hopefully that doesn't distract him too much. Staying off the track. Dingle-Dell getting the best of people, though. Second here. Gonna be coming around the final corner after having a very nice Dingle-Dell and into the pits with a late decision to do so. That's okay. He's still in P4 here. Looks like a couple more drivers on their lap, improving. Rocket here. J Rocket in the Audi. Goes to P9 there. And behind them, I'm not sure who that was, unfortunately. Nice livery, though. I do, yes. I do have the name of that corner down. Oh, that's all right, Bullet. Jared here. Let's see. There's the, let's drive. Justin. Who is Jared? Let's see here. How do you join? That's a really good question. So, let's go ahead and throw an exclamation, that's not how you spell Discord. That is. If you guys want to pop into the Discord, then in the Monday Rookie League chat, you should be able to find some more information in there. This league getting quite popular, actually. So, drivers joining. I think every single race we've had more drivers from the last. But let's focus on this race right now. And let's do... No, we're not renaming it to Dingle-Dell. Dingle-Dellers. I don't think anyone's going to be able to say that. But we'll do a quick grid rundown here. We got Bob Robson, the nice lap, starting in pole position here. We have Peter Lottis behind him. Case Schutte behind them. Second, going to be in P4, 62 Aston. Paula Brady in P5, in that 48 AMG. Tomzik down here in P6. Gibber, Hayden Gibber. Oh, okay, camera angle's not going to be cooperating with me. Behind them is going to be Sapien here, Ricardo Sapien in the number 8. In P8 in the number 263 AMG. Rocket in that number 8 Audi. Going to be lining up next to him will be the 61 car March. Versosa behind him, P11. Chris Rise in P12. TJ Venture in P13. Charles Wolf, P14. Got Lucas Mind in P14. P15, I cannot speak. Professor Kenotis down in P16. Polgarin, P17. Brandon Mansell, P18. Got George Elmer, P19. Patty D in P20. Ashraf in P21. Eric Gakassian down in P22. Bailey Kennan, P23. Locke Wynn, P24. John Donnelly, P25. And then John Hawley bringing up the rear. Chrono? I won't. I mean, I know what he teaches. I don't know if he necessarily wants me to out him. But Chrono's a very smart boy. Let's just say that. He teaches high school. Yeah, if you want, you can ask him. I'll let you. Won't out him like that if he doesn't want to, without his permission. Okay, Jess. All right. I don't want to... I think it's physics, yes. I wasn't going to say it because, honestly, I wasn't 100% sure, but Ollie G going in there in chat, throwing that down. I think, yes, it's physics. He teaches 12th grade physics. 12th and 11th grade physics. So, he's a smart boy, basically. Oh, Vulcan, you're a teacher as well. Awesome. Muff, welcome. Glad to see you here. Currently, see these drivers here, the rookies. This 20-minute race, rounding what is the best corner name on the track right now. Well, in the league. Dingledale. We'll keep an eye on Dingledale corner here as we see these drivers coming through it. See all of these drivers rounding through Dingledale. Lovely. Lovely. Cars now going to be all bunching up into Noah's Ark 2x2 formation here, getting ready as they round the final turn. We get ready to go green here at Brands Hatch for round 3 of our rookie league here. Drivers eager to get underway. I think the green flag is going to be just past the start-finish line, if I'm not mistaken. And we're green here at Brands Hatch. The cars get underway. Great start from P1 and 2. Bob Robson underway. Manages to get that inside line into Druids, seals that position. A little bit of carnage behind. We see a car in the gravel. Looks like they rejoin safely. Behind that, everyone managing to make it through. So far, so good. And did I say Druids? I didn't mean Druids. I meant Paddock Hill Bend. Then into Druids. Everyone staying alive thus far. Lots of battling through the field here. Gibber down in P6 currently. I think they made up a couple positions from that. Bob Robson leading, followed by Lottis. And then behind that, we have... I'm going to struggle with that one for a little bit. My brain will get it. Secum. There we go. It's just, I got to say it a few times and then I'll get it. Let's ride on board with Secum, in fact, as Secum chases down Lottis. Secum here. Coming through Dingledale. Has that Aston of Shooty right behind him, that 444 hot on his tail. Looks like we had a couple cars with a yellow flag. Cronitis, number 42 there, getting involved. See a couple other cars, P19 car, I think they're making pit stops. There is no mandatory pit stop on this track. They're not making pit stops. That's not where the pit is. That's Hawthorne Bend. Looks like there must have been a big one at Hawthorne Bend, actually. And here's Secum coming into Druids, managing to hold that position off very well. Lovely livery as well. That 62 Aston Martin. We see more yellow flags, cars off. These guys seem to be struggling immensely down here. A Schraff, Kennan, Chronotis, and Venture getting involved in that. Patty D, I think, as well. Wolf. Yep, unfortunately getting involved here as well. Gonna be... looks like they're gonna come out in clear air at least. The race isn't fully over for them. Have time to make up some ground. Have a little battle of their own back there. Versosa here and his teammate, the 463 and the 263 AMG car here, rounding Paddock, or Hawthorne Bend. Camera angles on this track are absolutely wonderful. Right behind that is Pulgarin. Pulgarin doing a great job. In fact, I want to ride on board here with Pulgarin. Oh, coming under braking, almost collecting that AMG. We got 3 AMGs in a row here. Getting by, though. Gonna try to go around the outside of that penultimate corner. Pulgarin gets the overtake on Versosa. Versosa also kept sleeping. Mind looks like he's gonna get by as well. He does, and the Audi of Chris Rise. Versosa looks like they're struggling for pace. We see an Audi round there. That's J Rocket. Not sure what happened there. Might have been contact involved with that. Brands Hatch seems like it's getting the best of some of these drivers. Brands Hatch, a very tricky track. It's a street track with runoff, is how I like to describe it. But the only issue is the runoff area is all gravel and dirt, so you don't really want to use it. Brandon Mansell here makes a move on Holly. Holly gonna fight it back though, down the inside. Not in a traditional spot where you see some battling, so Mansell wants to get that done. Flashes his lights, looking a little impatient, but that was all fair racing. Now just checking the chat again. Vulcan getting his PhD. Awesome. Love to see the banter going on. Hope everyone's having a great night tonight watching these rookies. Yeah, but Brands Hatch happened before Oulton Park, though, and Zandvoort, I feel like. I think Brands Hatch was one of the first British tracks. This is like the OG. It's why I love it so much. And Oulton Park sucks. Don't compare my Brands Hatch to Oulton Park. We have here March, hot on the tail of Gibber. Gibber looks like they're struggling to get by Tomzik. Tomzik not with the best pace. Running wide is Gibber there. That's going to not help him whatsoever. Going to cancel all that momentum. March gets by with ease, and it looks like Sapien does as well. Gibber making a mistake. Very easy mistake to make. Top positions not changing too much here. Bob Robson still leading this race. Lottis about 2 seconds behind him. Shooty as well, 2 seconds there. We see a drive-through penalty from Kennan, unfortunately, down in P25. Second, there we go. Second, P4. So far, about 7/10 off the pace of Shooty right now. Struggling a little bit, kind of falling into the grips here of Paula Brady. Paula Brady down in P5. Tomzik not really anywhere close down in P6, and not getting any closer, taking the not what I would describe as the racing line, and rejoins the track safely though, at least. Just making a very, very easy to make error through, and I'm not gonna say it, but we all know the corner name. At this point, we all know the corner name. But rejoining safely, Tomzik. It is Dingledell, yes. Thank you. I appreciate it. Gibber here runs a bit wide. That's going to give a good opportunity to Polgarin. Polgarin all over that Porsche. We'll see. He tries to get him here. Porsche running wide, almost making contact there. Very close indeed. Polgarin gonna have the inside line for the next corner here. Should be able to seal that before they get to the straight. He does indeed. Very close racing. Very close indeed. Almost a bit of contact there. But both of these drivers, both of these rookies, driving not like rookies. That doesn't really make much sense, and I wouldn't say it's exactly poetic, but it's true. We'll just leave it at that. A bit further back, I want to take a look here. We see Patty D chasing down Donnelly. John Donnelly here with a less than optimal aerodynamic Porsche. Not sure that he's got that thing in a wind tunnel recently. That's not a Porsche, that's an Alpine. That Alpine is so smashed up, it kind of looks like a Porsche. From the rear end, you definitely can tell what it is. But from the front, Patty D going to be eager to get by in the Porsche. He is in a Porsche. Going to be going down the outside. Looks like Donnelly not going to fight that. And behind that, I think is Lock-Win as well. Going to get by, not quite. BMW has a bit of a look. BMW not with all the paint on it as well. Looks like they've made a little bit of rubbing here on the first opening laps. Forgot to turn there. That's okay. Dingledell, an absolute maverick of a corner for these drivers. Drivers struggling with it all around. And further up, we see Eric Gacosti in here. Wolf, gonna be 18 seconds off the pace of him. Yeah, he did. He followed the car and not the road. Yes, he saw the car in front of them and thought, oh, yes, that's the racing line. It isn't. I hate to break it to you. It wasn't. Holly here in this little train, Versosa leading it. Well, I guess Chris Rye is actually in that Audi leading it, Versosa trailing him. We see Versosa looking like he wants to make a move, but not quite with the pace. And actually a bit further up here, Polgarin on his fellow AMG driver. See here, Polgarin taking all the track there. Going to be trying to send it down the inside of the... That's going to be the easiest overtaking spot on this track without a doubt. Doesn't get it done though. But we've seen before, Polgarin does not care. He will overtake anywhere on this track, it seems like. And he'll drive anywhere on the track too. Alejandro using all of the track and some. Because why not? He has the option to. Oh, and that's a big tank slapper from Sapien. Sapien almost going into the barrier. In fact, I want to go back and see that one from an onboard if we can. Just see here, getting on the throttle just slightly too early, runs onto the grass. Oh, massive tank slapper. Almost loses the car. Amazing save there from that AMG. AMG, not the traditionally easiest car to save. Nonetheless, though, still chasing down Polgarin. Thinks he has the pace to get by yet again. These two look like they are not going to give it up, I would imagine. Anytime soon here, we see a car pulled over. Wolf, 43. See if we can go back and see what happened here. Catches the gravel. Gets a massive tank slapper and essentially does what that AMG would have done. But we saw Sapien save it. Unfortunately, Wolf not as lucky. Makes the exact same mistake in the same spot there. And ends up with the worst. Lock-Win here. Looks like they're making the exact same error. Let's see, we'll go back here. Go on board with Win. And actually, he just kind of opened his steering wheel up a little bit too early. And got on the throttle a bit too early. A little unfortunate. Very correctable, but that's alright. You live and learn. Gotta turn the wheel just a little bit more to make that corner. Holly chasing down Versosa here. Gonna try to make a move in a very dangerous part of the track. Gonna go around the long way here at Hawthorne. See if he can manage to do anything. He doesn't. This is not the greatest spot and actually runs off the track to try to get that overtake. And that's going to put him side by side with that Aston of Tomzik. Tomzik gets by. That's Mind, excuse me. Mind gets by. And now Mind give a little push. Oh no, there's chaos. There's absolute chaos. Versosa. Oh no, Dingledell. Dingledell seems like they have bested. We need to go back here for 30 seconds. Let's see what the heck happened. We're currently riding along with Versosa. Coming into Dingledell. Versosa drives onto the grass. I think I went back too far, unfortunately. Not for long enough. But Dingledell being the bane of some of these drivers' existence here. Seeing two teammates losing it right by each other. and then other drivers following suit. Brandon Mansell currently down here in P13 chasing Jay Rocket. I think Rocket having a mistake there earlier as well. Rocket going to tuck into the racing line. Brandon Mansell on the attack. Not quite giving up just yet. Like I said before, though, this is going to be a very difficult spot to overtake from basically turn 2 onwards. Turn 2 is one of the only easy overtaking spots you have if you have the superior pace on this track. But I don't think Brandon Mansell cares. He's going to try to do the exact same thing we just saw, and it looks like he's going to be successful with it. Car wanting to step out, that rear end trying to. You see, wow, that rear end really wanting to step out. But nonetheless, Brandon Mansell getting that overtake done. And Rocket going to be following now. See if he has the pace to keep up with him. The runs wide in Dingledell. That's going to be, actually, that's going to put him in the grips of Gibber. Gibber going in the penultimate corner. They make contact. Gibber runs off the track. That's going to put him into the battle here with Sapien. I think Sapien's going to blow by him. Has that momentum. We'll see coming into braking here in the final corner. Absolutely. Going to be coming around Paddock here. And unfortunately, Gibber losing out massively from that little bit of a scrap. Versosa here, another one who lost out quite a bit. And we see Eric Gakosian chasing him down and right on board with the KTM. Coming into Druids. Then went into the bottom bend, where we will now see the drivers going onto the straight before the South Bank here. Little tiny straight where the South Bank, and we see Nick Gibber, I think that was off the track. South Bank here, so many drivers have made errors before. We see these drivers making it one more time around this track. 4 minutes left to go. We see a flash of the headlights from Eric Gakosian saying that he is going to be coming by sooner than later, I will imagine. Keeps it very tidy though for right now. Gonna be riding behind till he sees an opportunity. Versosa not giving him one though. We see not the best line there through Dingledell for Versosa. Eric Gakosian I think is going to catch up quite a bit here coming into this penultimate corner and final one. Oh, but he runs wide, gets on the throttle just a tiny bit too early, carries that momentum though. That KTM is light, can carry that speed, it looks like, even off the grass or even off the track. Definitely want to keep it on the tarmac though, because that will be the optimal spot to drive the car typically. Car wanting to step out, that front end just not gripping up whatsoever. And we see up, I think, Gibber there getting overtaken. We see a yellow flag here from Brandon Mansell. Not sure what happened there. I think that yellow flag happened a little bit ago. 92, let's see. Oh, I went back way too far. No. Okay, well, we went back too far. So now we got to sit here for 5 seconds. It looks like that happened in traffic too. Chris Rise, I think, turning in on, I think we just missed that incident, unfortunately. And that wasn't Chris Rise. That was an Audi of, I think, Rocket. Trying to get by Rocket there, and the Audi just turning in on him. We see Chris Rise here getting bested as well by Dingledell. This has become a favorite of these drivers, I would imagine, this corner. Not whatsoever. And we see another yellow flag from the 20 car of Donnelly. Not sure what happened there. Let's go back and see. Let's go on board with him. Donnelly coming through turn 1 here. Just has an tank slapper. Such an easy mistake to make. That Alpine going around, and when it started to go around, it didn't stop. It's like rejoining the track fairly safely. We see Lock Win here having an error as well, unfortunately. That bonnet's not fully attached. Holly here. Oh, Versosa. Polgarin, I mean, has a bonnet that is not even close to being attached and does not care. I don't think he's taking that thing in a wind tunnel, but it doesn't matter. He is battling against that non-damaged McLaren of Holly here and lapping people at the same time. Polgarin, absolute animal here. It looks like we're going to have probably one more lap here at Brands Hatch for this 20-minute race, and there's a bit of a moment for Holly. We'll see if Polgarin has the downforce required, as you see that, well, the lack of vision that he has from the road in front of him, where typically that you can't see your bonnet like that. Whoa, man, that car, very aggressive here. We'll ride through Dingledell one more time with him just to see if that car, so easy on the throttle. Polgarin not wanting to bin it with one lap to go here down in P11. Looks like he doesn't quite have the pace to catch Holly. Holly fighting that pace. Versosa down here in this train of cars. Brandon Mansell chasing down Rocket. I think those two had a bit of an incident just not too long ago. And John Donnelly, unfortunately, making a mistake at turn one once again, it looks like. This track, just a very challenging track. I don't fault any of these drivers, and actually John Donnelly getting off to the side there and just letting people by, it seems like. Gonna rejoin very safely. Down in P23. Oh no, we see yellow flag from Ashraf too, right where Donnelly was, but I think that had nothing to do with it. I think that Ashraf just got a little distracted and drove off the track. Yeah. Just got a little eager on the throttle. And actually, I think they were in a different part of the track. That's my bad. Brands Hatch map looks a little weird. Not quite used to it. It's hard to tell where people are. But it looks like this battle is going to come down probably to the final corner, I would imagine. We see the KTM of Eric Gakassian down in P16 joining in on this. Mind not too far behind either. That 76 Aston Martin. Oh, and that's going to be a massive moment for Sapien. He saves it, loses out on those positions. Let's go back and see that one more time. Let's go on board with him, in fact. Going through Dingledell. Gets onto the grass and goes full lock. Gets off the throttle completely. Upshifts to save it, or downshifts, excuse me, to save it. Get that car to stop rotating whatsoever. That was just a less than ideal way, but we see these cars now coming across the line. Bob Robson taking first place in this race here. Going to be followed up by Lottis, Peter Lottis here in P2. Case Schutte in P3. Paula Brady in P4. I give up on the camera angles. Second, going to be in P5. Got March down here in P6. Chris Rise P7. Elmer P8. Tomzik P9. Holly P10. Polgarin P11. Sapien P12. Rocket P13. Eric Gakassian P14. Brandon Mansell P15. Versosa P16. El Mind, apologize, I don't know the first name of Mind. Gibber going to be in P18. Wolf down in P19. Patty D P20. Win going to be in 21. Ashraf P22. John Donnelly P23. Venture P24. Kennan P25. And Professor Cronotis bringing up the back of this for P26. Hello, Eric.
Did you see that?
1 second. Okay, there. Now I have my voice active. Okay, we're good. See what?
If you didn't, I think it's worthwhile going to the last lap in the race, obviously, and looking at the last lap of me trying to come through a couple of positions of cars.
Oh yes, I did. We were following that. Yes.
Yeah. Eric has other responsibilities that he has to go to, so I just wanted to wish everybody a good race. Good second race.
Get out of here, Eric.
See you guys.
It was Eric Gakasi in there joining us for one race. Seems like he has to go, unfortunately, but nonetheless, still have plenty of drivers here in qualifying too. No, Eric's dells are not dingled. Eric has some dells to dingle, unfortunately. What it sounds like. BD Diesel or Speed Diesel. Welcome, first time chatter. Currently riding on board with that T-Swizzle 2022 car, Professor Kenotis. As he's gonna ride here through Dingledell Corner. Or excuse me, this is Dingledell, followed up by Dingledell Corner. Taking the quickest way through that corner possible, I would imagine. I don't think that's gonna be the fastest in the race necessarily for qualifying, not sure. Might be able to get away with it, but definitely risky. Just want to take a second to thank everyone for joining us tonight. So we have currently 25 drivers on grid here for this rookie league. Anyone interested in joining the rookie league, I'm going to throw it up, !Discord in chat. And if you guys would like to, feel free. We're got plenty of people this race, or this league is ever growing. We have plenty of other leagues, GT3, GT4 mixed races. Trackless community is awesome. Full of a bunch of awesome people. Check out the Discord if you are interested. And also a big shout out to our Box 3 and 949 family members as well at this point. We see here, should start to see some laps getting set, I would imagine here. I'm not sure who's first out as we have cars all over the track at this point. Drivers will see whoever sets the first time. Well, they'll be the one to set the first time. I think that might be the 444 car. Nope, Case Shooty I don't think is. 8945. I'm just saying numbers at this point. They mean nothing. I think Chronotis is the first one on a lap, actually. But this being race 3 of our rookie league, let me pull up a thing. This week, the race being Brands Hatch, obviously. And next week, we're not going to have a race, right? Next week is going to be an off race. Then after that, on the 24th, we'll be going to the Nürburgring. So plenty of time to practice up if you are interested in joining. There are still 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 races to go in this league. And as I said earlier, and I'll re-announce it again, we have the awesome community member here that is it Jose? Yeah, it's Jose Guzman is going to be giving out free coaching sessions to P1 and 2 for the rookies, the people that want them, that is. So if you are interested in that, make sure you check that out as well. Eric in chat, how's it going, brother? After being in Discord and after being in the race. Currently sitting on pole position, we have Ladas, followed up by Sekam. I will get that one at some point. I'll get it down where it'll be second nature. It'll be Sekam nature. I maybe have just done it. I think I just did it. P1 and 2 in the championship, to be clear. Yes, my bad. I should specify on that. Thank you. Thank you. Just little mental notes on how to remember things. Tomzik taking pole position here with a 133.1. Ladas, though, another 133.1, separated by 4 hundredths of a second. Then we have 4/10. Case Shooty here. Behind that is going to be Second. Second down in P4. Crossing the line right now. Actually just going to be starting a lap. I think they invalidated their last lap. Bob Robson down in P5. 9/10 down. Let's actually follow the rest of this lap as Bob Robson is going to be challenging for pole position. And not only that, he's going to be challenging to break into the 132s, which I think this will be the first time we see a driver into the 132s here. Bob Robson pushing the wheels off of that McLaren is going to slam it onto pole position in the low 132s. 132.3. Amazing lap there from Bob Robson, that 37 McLaren. He's going to keep pushing on. I do not see that time getting topped in this qualifying session. Professor Cronotis here. 6/10 up from their lap. 134.3. Looking to push theirs into the low 143s here, rounding the final corner. This should help Cronotis' position quite a bit here. I think this will put him up to around P5, P4, P7. That's what I meant to say. P8 now. Paula Brady going into P7. But yeah, Bob Robson holding that pole position and improving on their lap. Fastest Sector 1, fastest Sector 2, and fastest Sector 3. That is a stormer of a lap, I don't think anyone is going to beat that. Lottis here. Gonna try. 2/10 up on their time. Gonna break into the 132s, but the high 132s, unfortunately, well, I say unfortunately, it's still an amazing time. 132.9 for Lottis, but not good enough for pole position. Not even close, unfortunately. 5/10 off. Bob Robson with a smasher of a lap. Bit further back, we see TJ Venture having a little bit of an off-track excursion there, taking their own line. Brandon Mansell, P17. We saw quite a bit of racing from them last. Gonna be coming across the line here, about 7/10 up on their time. This should improve them a couple positions. Puts them up one position there, P16. Wolf, I think, is not going to be too thrilled with that, though, and looks like they're going to want to improve their time. Currently 5/10 up on their lap, so looking to improve mightily. Case Shooty as well. Bob Robson looks like, yeah, he did, in fact, return to pits. I don't think he will be going back onto track. Bob Robson, I think, is fairly comfortable to stay in the pits for the rest of this qualifying session, having set the precedent. Oh, he improved with a 131.9? Did I see that before? Am I crazy? Did I miss that? Whatever. No one's challenging him. Bob Robson, absolute lightning pace right now. Gibber down here in the 89 Porsche, going to be coming across the line. Up a couple tenths. Should improve them just one position. Puts him ahead of Versosa. We have Seckham. Going to be a couple tenths up on their time. Got a bit of lap to go, so we'll jump back with them before they finish their lap up. Case Shooty here, getting ready to round the final corner, about 5/10 up on their time. Gonna be trying to break into the 132s. I don't think they're gonna do it just yet. Currently sitting at a 133.5, 3/10 down on their time. This is gonna put them at a 133.2. Puts them up to P4. Sapien, not quite with a response just yet. This isn't the best lap. Sapien about 2/10 up on their lap, or 2/10 down on their lap, I should say, off the pace of it, and it's gonna be very difficult to improve from there. And unfortunately, here we see Seckham getting caught up in a bit of traffic, it looks like, as they round the final corner. They were on an improvement, not by much, maybe would have improved them a position. They do have time for one more lap. Got to back off a little bit. Let the Porsche driver go. Do their thing. Well, Venture did their thing by going straight on into a wall. Let's go back and see that. That's very unfortunate. Venture just way too hot into the corner. Doesn't get the car stopped in time. You hate to see it. Notice here. On a flyer, 5/10 up already. Has a lot of lap to go. Still in Sector 1. Or just entering Sector 2, rather. Here we see it. Lotus, though. 4/10 up. We'll see if they can keep that up. Peter Lotus here. Gonna be rounding the final corner. 5/10 up on their time. 1:32.9 is their current. I don't think this is gonna be enough for pole. It's not. Improves them about 4/10 off the pace. Which really just shows, I mean, for one, how mighty of a lap that was from Bob Robson. But also, it was a stormer of a lap from Lotus. Lotus carrying on for right now. Gonna try. Has one more attempt. Elmer here in the Alpine. It was a very nice line. We can ride on board with Elmer down here. George Elmer in the Alpine. Coming onto the straight. Gonna be going down into the dip here. Getting ready to go into Hawthorne Bend. Where it's just a single downshift, touch of the throttle, understeers massively there, trying to get that front end to bite. Next corner, same thing, just trying to get the front end to grip up. Now, getting ready to go into Dingledell corner here. It's all about patience on that corner. Not too early, not too late on the throttle. This corner is all about sending it. You really just, it's kind of banked. You want to send it as hard as you can. Unfortunately, George Elmer sent it a little bit too hard. Lost traction. Not going to help their time whatsoever. In fact, they're going to be about a 10th down coming across the line, I think, which is not going to improve them. They were going to improve. Messing up the penultimate corner, though, unfortunately. Comes across the line. George Elmer, P10. Still not the worst qualifying. The middle of the pack has a bit of work to do. Getting into it now. We should do a quick grid rundown. I need to take a quick sip of my energy drink. Sounds like a useful thing to do. Stay hydrated, everyone. Very important. See the car there. Bob Robson on pole position, floating. The compression there, just a little off camber. Cars perfectly level. Yes, Eric, that is, yes. But now, go through quick grid rundown here. Starting in P1, we have Bob Robson. Behind him, or next to him, going to be Lotus. These two battling it out once again here for the race win. Well, they have plenty of time for the race win. But last race they were. Tomzik going to be in P3. Case Schutte in P4. Paula Brady P5. Ricardo Sapien P6. Let's see if we can get a better angle. A little bit better angle. Second in P7. And that's 62 Aston. Canotis P8. Nice qualifying from him. Chris Rise in P9. George Elmer in P10. Got Danielle Vericosa. And we have Marcelo March in P12. Polgarin P13. John Hawley P14. Charles Wolfe P15. We have Hayden Gibber P16. Jay Rocket in P17. TJ Venture in P18. Brandon Mansell P19. Patty D P20. Got Omar Ashraf P21. Got Bailey Kennan in P22. John Donnelly, P23. Lock Win, P24, and Lucas Mind bringing up the back of the grid here in that 76 Aston. As we are getting ready here to start up race 2. We have Polgarin in chat. Polgarin, excuse me. Polgarin, you were, I don't think your car would have passed in a wind tunnel at the end of last race, if you can hear. Car is now going to be starting up here relatively soon. We're going to get into race 2 for the Rookie League here Mondays. Here at Brands Hatch, round 3, the 2022 Fall Rookie League. Drivers eager to get underway. We have 25 drivers on the grid currently. First race, we had a couple more. A couple drivers, unfortunately, having to back out. Happens. Real life is more important. Now the car is here, getting ready to go underway on the formation lap. A lot of them here. Going to be eager to make up those positions early, as this track, very difficult to make an overtake on. You got to get the work done early, but as, I mean, everyone knows, you can't win a race in turn 1, but you certainly can lose it. So you need to find that balance of the right amount of overtaking and then the right amount of, well, staying alive. Case Shooty here, leaving a pretty big gap to Tomzik. Not eager at all to close that up. In that sort of British racing green Aston Martin. I think it was actually, it's olive drab green, I think is what Case told me. Nice color nonetheless, though. Looks very good on that Aston Martin. Tomzik with a very different approach to the Aston. A little bit brighter. You see the McLarens weaving in sync for just a second. Lottis and Bob Robson. Both of them are going to be eager to battle this out. I think Lottis wants to stick this to Bob Robson this race and take that win. Paula Brady back here. I very much like Paula Brady's livery. Very simple. Tuxedo AMG. Behind that, Ricardo Sapien. Then Seckham. Justin Seckham here. Hopefully we won't see them taking that line in the race. As we are going to get ready here to go underway for race 2. Got some drivers flashing their lights, getting ready to go. Taking an overall look at the grid here. Let's see what sort of angle we can get a good one. Not really. Camera doesn't want to cooperate. Is what it is. Drivers now rounding the final corner. Going to be coming down to 70 kph for the start-finish straight. See, it's going to be all down to who can get the better start here. Lottis and Bob Robson getting ready. Lottis trying down a little bit of a gap, though, as well from Tomzik. Green here, it's a massive gap at the start. Paula Brady going to try to slip down the middle there. Going to back out early. In fact, a little too early, it looks like. I think, oh, Paula Brady is going to get swamped back there. We see getting overtaken by at least 2 cars. Potentially here, Chris Rye is behind her. Not going to make a move. In fact, actually, Paula Brady, I think, making up that position back from Sapien. Seckham just staying alive there. Shooty getting a fairly decent start, but almost getting swamped down there. Bob Robson pulling away. Lottis, unfortunately, not getting that overtake done when they wanted to. Everyone making it through so far. As we come into Hawthorne Bend, this is where the real carnage can happen. Paula Brady having a look there on, who is that? Paula Brady having a look on Sacombe, of course. Sacombe holding up this pack for right now. Sapien. Chris Rye is going to be trying to have a look at Sapien. I think Sapien's going to want Secom to get the hurry up on right now. Paula Brady pushing him along. And actually a bit further up ahead, we see Case Schutte down the inside of Tomzik here, around the final corner. Tomzik not wasting any time, or excuse me, Case Schutte not wasting any time whatsoever. Now Aston Martin gonna have the inside line for the next corner. Schutte gets by Tomzik. We see there, running wide. I think there was Scum. Paula Brady gonna lunge down the inside, running Secom wide. Paula Brady is gonna have the outside line, has to do the hard work around the next corner. Brakes early. Trying to go for the switchback, not gonna make it work just yet. Behind her is gonna be Sapien being very patient indeed, not wanting to do anything rash, getting nose caught where it shouldn't be. Does look like Secom is struggling for pace, using all of that track. And we see here Paula Brady with the slipstream, gonna send it down the inside. Not much of a defense from Secom. Paula Brady backs out though. Gonna be very difficult to overtake here for the rest of this half of the track. Chris Rise as well on the tail there of Sapien. I said before, Sapien wants these two to get the hurry up for sure. I think Sapien has the pace. He just can't really show it. Now having to defend from Chris Rise behind, we see Ron Cronotis running off the track. That's going to give a good opportunity to Holly. Holly gets by with ease. The Alpine of Elmer behind him. Chris Rise, though, still not with a move just yet. Onto Sapien, and now has to worry about Holly from behind. Holly's going to try to go the long way around into turn one. Cronotis, though, going to take an opportunity there. Gets by, and we see Sapien going, oh, there was a bit of contact. Luckily, drivers, we see side by side. There's a lot of action happening right now. Cronotis gets by Chris. We see the McLaren there also trying to get by. Sapien getting on the outside. Unfortunately, losing out a little bit there. Cronotis comes out the best there. Up ahead, we see Paula Brady getting by Sacombe. Just a couple quarters ago, you saw side by side for a moment there into Druids. And it looks like Sacombe not wanting to give that position up. Paula Brady, though, I think has the pace to keep that for right now. A lot of action happening in a very short time. We see also Marcelo March here. Marcelo in the Aston Martin, battling with the Alpine here, gets by. Behind that is going to be Polgarin. Polgarin trying to take an advantage of this battle. Gnawing at the heels there of that Alpine, that big, beefy AMG. And we see, I think that was an Aston of March. Was that Marcelo? I think that was Marcelo. Taking the rally line, unfortunately. That gives the opportunity to Elmer. Elmer gets by. And looks like Marcelo struggling a little bit. Polgarin wanting to get by. He takes the defensive line. Polgarin backs out early. Going to try to set up into Druids. Gets that overspeed into the next corner. Going to try to send it down the inside as Polgarin almost making contact with that Alpine in front. Going to have the outside line for the next corner. Gives plenty of space, both drivers, but seals that overtake. 44 AMG getting by. It was a very nice overtake there from Polgarin, taking a very opportunistic move on Marcello March. Then even just slightly behind them, we see Versosa and Rocket here. And then even up, I think that's also Marcelo. He is not giving up. Oh, and yes, he is. He's going to have a big moment and collects Versosa, unfortunately, round he goes. Versosa, luckily, not getting affected too much. Stranded in the middle of the track is this Aston. Let's go back and see it. Hopefully he doesn't collect anyone in the meantime, but just a tank slapper gone wrong. He couldn't save it. Luckily, that AMG, rock solid. Solid as a brick wall. And it looks like he did rejoin the track safely there. No one collecting him, luckily, as he was in a very, very unlucky spot. Once again, we all know it's coming. Dingledell getting the best of another driver. And Tomzik, what happened here? Let's go back and see what happened as we see some battling here. Paula Brady in front, and we see, oh, a massive rear end there. And then he gets collected from Chronotis as well. That was Seckham, unfortunately there. I don't know if he just missed his braking zone or if the other car broke too early, but that was a big rear end right there. Holly now on Chronotis. We see another yellow flag, not sure why. I think that's Mansell, Brandon Mansell going slow. See what happened to him. Runs wide, gets a tire onto the grass, and just goes head on into the barrier. Keeps going at least, facing the right way, didn't get spun around. Could have been a lot worse. But still not where you want to be for Brandon Mansell. Elmer here. Wanting to get by Polgarin. I think Polgarin getting by earlier. Elmer saying, Polgarin, you're too slow. Get out of my way. That little Alpine challenging the big old Mercedes. Got 12 minutes left to go in this race. Plenty of time to do so. Another yellow flag. Looks like there's a couple involved. Lock win. Going back to the pits. What happened? Oh. That was... Unfortunately, I can't make any judgment from that, and that was Marcello March getting involved with that as well. Not sure who was at fault for that one, if there was a turn-in or whatnot. There was that camera angle. Unfortunately, didn't give us enough information. But Lockwin returning to pits, retiring from this race, unfortunately. Hate to see it. 11 minutes left. Carrying on here, we see Chris Rise chasing down Sapien. Sapien with a brick wall of a Mercedes. We saw earlier making contact with a spun car and not even moving. So Chris Rise maybe a little intimidated by that. We'll see that Audi. I don't think it is, though. And actually, he does. He's going to try to test that theory. Pushes Sapien off the track. That AMG is not that brick wall solid. Don't know what I'm saying. Now he's side by side with another one, flashing his headlights. He is not happy with Chris Rise there. And losing a position to Polgarin. He's going to try to get that back, doing the switchback. Round the final corner, going to set it up into turn one here in Paddock Hill Bend. Probably go back to Sapien, maybe. He does get that position back from Polgarin. But not just yet. He actually has a massive error coming through the turn one into Druids. Polgarin's going to have the inside line fighting. And he's going to seal that overtake nicely. And then also having a bit of a tank slapper. Does Sapien on the exit. Elmer wanting to get by. Doesn't quite get the opportunity. Polgarin running wide. Looks like he will carry on for now. Oh, lots of action. Chronotis here on Seckham. Gonna go on the inside of Hawthorne. Looks like Seckham not challenging that too much. Actually goes for the switchback. Lovely switchback. Chronotis goes in just a little too hot. Seckham letting him by for just a second. But Chronotis still with the pace. Going to try to go down the inside of Dingledell. Car stepping out that rear end. Oh, and they make contact. Seckham. Wow, both of those drivers not having any incident from that somehow. That was extremely close. Hawley almost getting two positions for free. but gets none from that. Chronotis gonna have to make that overtake somewhere else. Gonna be trying to set that up from turn 1 into Druids, I will imagine here. Taking the grass. That's not gonna help him. In fact, now he's under pressure from Holly. See if Holly can get anything done from that. Not sure. Polgarin. How did Chris Rise get ahead of this? Where did Chris Rise? How did he get ahead of everyone? And Polgarin's off the track now. What is going on? Side by side, almost 3 wide for a moment there. The Alpine. It's like a Pomeranian biting at the heels of a Doberman. The Alpine on that AMG. We see Seckham. Chronotis running off the track. That's going to give that position to Holly. Holly getting the 1 position, and he's going to try. Have forced Seckham to go very defensive, forced him offline. Holly trying to take advantage of that. Not quite just yet. We see a yellow flag from Marcello, returning to pits, unfortunately. Not sure what happened there. Off the track goes Seckham. And Holly seals that overtake nice and easily. But knowing these guys, I don't think that battle's over. We see a 44. Polgarin, Wolf off the track. What happened here? We saw some very close battling up the field. Polgarin makes contact with the Alpine and just goes into the barrier. I think Polgarin getting a little too antsy on that entrance. I don't know. I gotta say that was a very quick shot. I didn't get to see too much information from that. But looking like Polgarin at fault for that one, unfortunately. Getting a little too eager down the inside. Chris Rise here, I think, getting overtaken by Sapien. And Holly as well, under pressure from Seckham. Wow, that sounds rude. I'm kidding, of course. No worries. John Donnelly. Oh, rejoining the track. He makes contact with the Aston, luckily, though, I think. Oh, and he's in a terrible spot. Reversing. Oh, that was not the spot to do that. He is going to be stranded here for a while with this pack coming through. I want to just stay on and make sure this rejoin goes. Yeah, and he's going to have to let all the way through. And we see actually 43. Wolfie. Oh, no. These were the cars that he had to let through. What happened? Brandon Mansell and Wolfie now. Oh, and they make contact through Dingledell Corner. The Aston having just, oh, unfortunately the KTM, I mean, having a little tiny touch on the inside of that Aston, sending both of them round. It's not the way Brandon Mansell wanted his race to end, for sure. 5 minutes left in this race to go. We also see Elmer. Oh, no. They were battling it out too. Chris Rise ahead, and Elmer with a tank slapper. Massive impact with the barrier. That's going to have a lot of damage. Rejoining the track, but I don't think that Alpine is going to be in the best shape. Rejoining in P13. It's not the worst. We see Venture here on Patty. See if Venture can get this done. Has a bit of time left. Still a matter of probably about 4 laps to go. Just about. See a car off the track there. I'm not sure what that's about. I think just a lapped car letting by. I've had the useless timing screen up this entire time. I apologize, guys. No one told me. I should have realized, but no, no, I'm not going to play. That was my bad. I apologize. I've had the lap times shown, which doesn't really help anyone. But now we got the relative deltas up. We can see what's going on here. Patty D getting a little out of shape there through Hawthorne, but keeping it under control nonetheless. Venture struggling a little bit. Gibber behind in that Porsche. We're seeing good things from Gibber. But this part of the track has been an absolute nemesis to him. Granted, it has been a nemesis to pretty much everybody in this race, it seems like. Oh, and Venture's gonna make contact with Patty. Plows him out of the way, unfortunately. You hate to see it. Patty getting taken out of this race there. Dropping down to P19. Probably gonna put him down to P20. Kenan gonna get by as well, I would imagine. Venture benefiting from that. And then we also see there the Porsche of Gibber taking the alt line off the track. Both of these drivers taking the alternate line. Gibber is going to get by. Venture, though. That was not the cleanest overtake, unfortunately. Holly and Seckham, though, coming into everybody's favorite part of the track. Dingledell, and wow, you couldn't fit a leaf between those two, though it was so close to making contact. But I don't think any contact was made. Still, these drivers, Chronotis trying to find a little bit of a moment. Hopefully he doesn't add too much chaos into this. Seckham sealing it for right now. But I think Holly has the pace to get this overtake done. It's a matter of when. Gonna have the inside line for turn 1 here. This is gonna be his best opportunity. Late on the brakes. Car wanting to step out, but the McLaren fairly planted. Gonna run that Aston wide. Gonna have the inside line once again, which will give him the outside line for the next one. And they make a bit of contact. Even more argy-bargy. A lot of argy-bargy. And Chronotis getting involved in the argy-barginess as well. And then even more argy-barginess. We see Chronotis and Holly round. Holly gets corrected. Would have kept going, pirouetting, but gets plowed back on course by Verasosa. Verasosa helping him out actually a little bit there by making contact with him. But nonetheless, not in the greatest position there. Chronotis here now going to be looking at Versosa. Down the compression into Hawthorne. Thinks better of it, but actually makes contact into Hawthorne. Keeps the car under control, but then has contact from Chris Rise. Chris Rise! Oh no! Chronotis.
Okay, the leader is on the final lap now.
We need to go back and see what the heck just happened. We see Chronotis making contact there with Versosa. Chris Rise getting in contact and getting involved. An innocent bystander, pretty much, Chris Rise. Getting caught up in that for no reason. Well, not no reason, but getting caught up in that, unfortunately. Leader on the final lap. Been a dominant race. Haven't even seen Bob Robson, I think, this entire race. He's just been driving superbly. Lottis behind, and then Shooty in third. These three on a pace of their own. Gibber with a bit of an error. Looks like running offline. I think letting people by. Not sure though. And Polgarin here gonna try to go down the inside at Druids. Not much room given though. Ashraf running wide. Polgarin is gonna take that. Ashraf, will he challenge him through the next corner? Not quite. Content with that. Has the Alpine of Elmer behind now. Ashraf running wide, though. That's going to give a really good opportunity to this Alpine coming onto the next straight. Doesn't get the overtake sealed just yet, though. That Alpine not looking like it's in the best condition. Bit of a tank slapper there. Looks like, oh, Ashraf not giving much room at all. Almost contact. Leader finishing the race. That was Bob Robson finishing. Holly getting involved in an incident at Hawthorne. Oh no. Holly and Tomzik, what happened here? Let's go back and find out. We see the McLaren there. 3 cars looking like they, oh, just Tomzik getting a tiny bit of contact with Holly. Holly coming off not too bad from that, carrying that momentum. Still battles down the field here. Elmer. Can Elmer get by Ashraf here? Not too many corners to go. In fact, 1 corner to go. Ashraf holding on for dear life in that Porsche. Elmer with a lunge. onto the dirt. It's not going to happen. He even was stepping out just a little bit on that throttle as early as he could to get that overtake, but not going to happen. Comes across the line for P15, unfortunately, a Schraff P14. We have Bob Robson, Case Schutte, and Lottis. Or we have Bob Robson, Lottis, then Case Schutte. Followed up by Paula Brady. And we have Seckham, Sapien, Versosa, Rocket, and now people are leaving and it doesn't matter. Great race though. Results will be up on race or on not Race App. That was our old thing. On SimGrid. There we go. You can go check the SimGrid. Trackalicious. Results will be there very soon. We will see here if I can get. Let's grab Bob. Hola, Bob. Sorry if I interrupted you from anything.
No, it's okay.
Great drive. I wouldn't even call it a race.
Yeah, it was a pretty nice race.
Maybe would consider it even a masterclass. I mean, you kind of dominated that. Lottis here as well now. How's it going, Lottis?
Pretty good. How about you?
Good. Not quite the pace there to catch Bob. You tried.
No, man. He was just so fast in the consistency. I tried out my tire pressures in the beginning to get past and hopefully defend, but he's just insane with it.
Yeah. Yeah, that was you ended up putting in a 1:31.9 in qualifying at the end there. That was quite the lap.
It was my first time that
Yeah.
I did this fast lap. I never did this before.
No, you were flying. That was you were on another planet practically.
Thank you, guys. I'm so glad to be here.
But yeah, also, I don't know, I mean, Case Shoot here as well. Great race from
Hey,
you.
guys.
Unfortunately,
Thanks.
weren't challenging too much with these two guys. These guys fast, but you were not far behind.
Oh, it's those McLarens, man. I'm getting tired of seeing their taillights.
You got to get a little faster.
Yeah. No, they are very, very fast. So, no, congrats to both of them. Fun race. So, yeah, but those two gentlemen, yeah, hard to keep up with.
Yeah. I think that's a bit of an understatement sometimes.
I was struggling with my tires on the last two laps.
Oh,
because
shut up.
it is important to people to know that because GT4 cars they don't have a good tire wear, so we must rely a lot on the mechanical grip, which means you consume a lot of rubber on your tires.
Yeah, and Brands Hatch being a track as well that doesn't help with that whatsoever, being a track that absolutely eats tires up. But no, very good point
Yeah.
indeed.
The tire wear was pretty insane, especially running the higher pressures.
I can say that Ladas was in a good pace. I was watching him in my leaderboard all the time to be sure he was not catching me up.
Yeah, I made a mistake more past halfway through the race, and then after that, I couldn't get the temps back down.
Yeah, I was running. Actually, I ran the fastest lap I've ran here in the race. I was trying to catch up with Peter and had a little bit of contact with the back marker and decided, let's just keep it where it's at. But yeah, so thanks for helping, giving me something to chase to get my PR here at Brands Hatch.
Yeah.
Green light, green light.
Well, awesome. All right, you guys
That
have
was fun.
anything else you guys would like to say?
I see you
Just-
next race.
Yes.
Yeah, next race, I guess.
Yeah, and and thanks to Trackalicious and Eric for everything and everything you all do, and you, Mike, you guys do an awesome job. It's a lot of fun. These races, the Thursday nights. I haven't been able to do Sundays, but thank you guys so much for all the work you put into it.
Of course. Thank you
Oh.
for joining us.
And thank you for streaming so my wife could watch.
Of course.
Yeah.
She gets scared when she watches me in real life, so this is the only time she'll be looking all the time.
Well, I'm happy she's enjoying it. So
I would like to say thank you to Track Issues for everybody.
awesome. Well, I'm gonna close this
GGs,
stream
guys.
down. Thank you guys. You guys are free to go.
Okay, thank you. Bye bye.
Yep. Have a good one, guys. And just want to thank everyone. Holly, yeah, last lap jitters got to you. Unfortunate. And thank you very much, Holly. But thanks everyone for joining. Let's go ahead and get a raid going on here. See who is live. We got round 1 at Suzuka here with New World Sim Racing. Let's see. How far underway are they? Of course there's an ad. Multi-class racing. Once that ad's over, we'll see. Couple other streamers here. Here we go. But big thanks to everyone joining. Hope everyone had a great time in the race. And, well, hope everyone enjoyed the stream. We're going to send this over to Potts728. He is streaming some ACC practice. Not my words, his. So, let's go ahead and let me just double check. And Twitch knows how to get its money. Yeah, he's just driving some practice right now. Looks like at Laguna. I think so. But yeah, make sure you guys go say hi, join him. Hope everyone has a great night. And yeah, have a good one. See you guys next race.
Bow, chicka, bow, wow. Oh my lord, Trackalicious! You distracted me! Oh man, thank you for bringing your group here. I'm so shocked I had to spin out. What's going on, Trackalicious? I am thoroughly enjoying my new Logitech G920 wheel and pedals. I am still trying to get my third medal on this track. I do about 2 laps and then I spin out, as you just saw. Thank you for bringing your group here. Were you guys doing a race? Were you just practicing? Just screwing around? Just got done with Rookie League. All right. I am like the lowest rookie. The lowest rookie level. That's where I'm at. Nice. Have you guys been doing that often? That's what the league is for. I like it. I like that there's leagues out there that help the new guys or girls, not to be sexist. This is actually my first stream of having a racing wheel and like having this setup. So there's probably much improvement that could be had. Started 3 weeks ago. All right. Yeah, I didn't. Oh, wow. Late break. Thanks, Mike. I appreciate it. I've basically taken a lot of info, asked around in a lot of different forums and avenues of people who have been in it for a while and taken their advice, and this is my starting setup. As I started to say, I haven't invested in a chair. I feel like my knees and my ankles are going to be pretty mad at me here pretty soon. But this is what I got so far. As I said earlier, I'm trying to get that third medal. I could probably get it if I would just stop going so hard, but I don't know. That's the type of person I am. I just race hard. Alright, that was too much brake. I almost invalidated that. I still need to, like... My point for that turn is one of the trees in the background. I can't tell you which tree it is, but I know it when I get to the apex of the turn. Thank you so much.